So back again I am with the second part of the lecture. Actually these parts are divided because in this way I take your classes, and for the general viewers who are watching this channel, it is always good in a discussion to divide discussions, especially video lectures, in parts, so that you can follow well, and it's easier to recapitulate because pre-reading is an essential or a vital part of every teaching and learning process. So recapitulation is always needed in order to proceed further with the lesson. Now in my previous first part of this lecture, I told you towards the end that while grading, that in the row and in the column, in the row we make 10 words, and in the column we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The boxes are made because we are drawing it horizontally and we are drawing it vertically. So boxes, individual boxes, in each box you are going to fit a single word, and then you will get a complete whole, and that will be your total limit of words. But why is column to be made? That always clicks the students. It is in order to keep a track on the lines that you are using. See, after full stop, we count a sentence is complete. We know that with a full stop, a sentence is complete. But ideally, when you go to make a grid, or when you go to grid, you cannot always ideally make up that, make a sentence like that, so that it will end at the 10th box. The space where number 10 is loaded. It is not ideally possible. That is why in the column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I make it in order to make you understand the lines and the better you do it, the better will be your counting of words. So this is what is recapitulation. We have to make the jotting down of points at the beginning, then we will have to grid, which is the rough draft, and then we have to proceed towards the final draft. As I have already told you, final draft needs a titling. If a title is asked to being asked to provide, then only you will provide a title, or else a title is not at all mandatory for a précis, and it is 1/3 of the original passage. Now, a fair draft, it's called, the final draft of a précis is called the fair draft. So you will have to always write fair draft, then you will give the title, and then you will proceed with the shortening of the rough draft. Actually, it is a gist of the rough draft that what is to be presented in the fair draft as final draft of the précis. It is a gist of the rough draft. So that is why I had told you earlier that it is never possible to end up in a in a word to word limit, correct word to word limit in the rough draft itself. It's never possible. In most of the cases, it happens with elder people also. I can bet you that you go and make statistics of it. Many people will end up with much more words provided in the rough draft, and they will just hustle and bustle in order to make a right counting limited. Well, when they go to make a fair draft, they will just be a fish out of water. That is it. So it is not so easy until and unless you practice. Now, as I had already told you that I will be providing you with a passage. Yeah, that is a part of demonstration. Now, I had a thought that I could give you a passage with 60 words, but then when I went to check it out, I found that HS Council, they usually set the Presi question with minimum nowadays with minimum 170, 160, 80 words, 250 words. I can tell you the question paper is right with me, 2017. You can check it out afterwards that the word limit there was in the original passage was 250 words approx. They write approx because literal counting is not made over there. So it's an average counting that is made. Now, when I went to tell you of this word limit, remember I told you that if once HS Council decides that they will not mention the number of words in the original passage, how will you do then? You will then arrange for an average counting process. How will you do that? You will begin from the second line of the original passage and you will end up with the last but one line, because suppose take out your mindscape. If you have with it, I have in each and every class of mine, I tell you to sit with books. So I expect that you are accommodated with your books. You take out any passage, any story, any passage. Okay, let me tell you to take out page number 21 of your noble lecture. You are now you still remember it because just few days back you sat for the exam. Now see one para you see. First para, very first para. See, I read it out. As we have gathered here together to thank God for the Nobel Peace Prize, I think it will be very beautiful that we pray the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi, which always surprises me very much. We pray this prayer every day after Holy Communion because it is very fitting for each one of us. And I always wondered that 400 to 500 years ago, as Saint Francis of Assisi composed this prayer, that they had the same difficulties that we have today. As we compose this prayer, that fits very nicely for us also. I think some of us, some of you already have got it, so we will pray together. I've read out the passage. Now see, the last line you see. We'll pray together. It's accommodated with only 3 words. Whereas, you go to the very first line. Very first line. How many words are there? Count it. As we have gathered here together to thank God for the Nobel Peace Prize, it's accommodated with 11 words. 15 words. The second line, think it will be beautiful that we pray the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. It is again 15. Now just suppose that the first line had, instead of 15 it had 12 words, the second line had 15, eventually third 15, fourth 15, fifth 15, and the last line ended with 3 words. Then it is not uniform distribution of words. How will you average it? By taking the summation of the words in the lines, you will divide it, and whatever figure you get, that is going to be your average word limit, and that is why you will have to use the term approx, that is approximate. Until and unless you use the word approx, you have to do that in your final draft also. Even if you have attained at the right word limit, say 55 words, in my earlier discussion, as I told, from 120 to 55, then it is fine. But if you have attained at 56 words, or say 60 words, or say 52 words, you will mention approx. Now this is a very good strategy, I tell you, for preceding final draft, fair draft. Why? Because with the mention of the word approx, that is approximate, an examiner can no way go to deduct any marks of you from your writing of the précis. He or she has no such power invested with, so as they can deduct marks from any. That is, actually I have told you earlier also, examiners are not harsh with you. In fact, they are very liberal with class 12 students regarding précis writing, particular limitation of words. But why I go to tell you all this? Because many of you will study with communicative English, with English honors, etc. So you will need précis as a vital part of your learning. There you will be given no mercy if you do not go to follow with the strict rules, that is ideal makeup. That is why I tell you this. Fine. Now I am going to read out before you a passage, as I have already told you, say around 120 words, as initially I did it with my discussion, and so that you can write it down, and then I will proceed further. Please take down the passage. Every age is marked by its conflicts and compromises. Thrice I'll repeat. Every age is marked by its conflicts and compromises. Now I expect class 12 students to write the correct spellings of very common words. Now these are very common words. We live in a great age and have to pay a dear price for that. We live in a great age and have to pay a dear price for that. I will read out every line twice, and then when I complete the passage, I will give a recapitulation. I will read it out entirely once, and that will make my thrice reading complete. There has been always an urge for changing the old order. There has been always an urge for changing the old order and shifting to newer ones, when a new age arrives. I think this is very relative in today's term, the passage. That's why I chose this. There is nothing stable and life is always on the flux. There is nothing stable and life is always on the flux. That is change. Otherwise we should not have sat before a virtual class. Neither you people nor me. My students, my virtual YouTube channel viewers, me, myself, on the screen with video lecture. This is the why all this happen due to flux change. We can at most seek for a relative stability. Please put the words relative stability within single quotes. Relative stability and a moving equilibrium. Those of you who are science students can easily write the spelling of equilibrium. EQUILIBRIUM. For my students, I remember, if you recollect, that I have always told you to break a word by its syllable and write, that is if it is a big word, so that you will not make any spelling error. I repeat, there is nothing stable and life is always on the flux, full stop. We can at most seek for a relative stability within single quotes, and a moving equilibrium also within single quotes, full stop. Life is a continuous struggle on morale. Life is a continuous struggle on morale, MORAL, comma, physical and intellectual planes, PLANES. Physical and intellectual planes, full stop. It is out of such struggle that new ideas emerge, or new things shape themselves, full stop. The principle, PRINCIPLE, principle of life is growth, full stop. The principle of life is growth, full stop. Just imagine if everything becomes static and constant, exclamatory mark after constant. Just imagine if everything becomes static and constant, exclamatory mark after constant. As I am dictating the passage, at some areas I am explaining it to you. Just imagine this happened to you today. The government would declare that there will be total lockdown of everything, education, everything, entire process. Should we have lived? Could we have lived? Would we have lived? No, all this answer is only one, no, because it is not possible to live like that. That is why your authorities and my authorities, that is the government, they have decided or has decided unanimously to arrange for classes virtually on virtual classroom basis programs, so that the learning process of the students be not hampered. So the change is good to us. On this only the passage is given. No comma, destruction and construction must go side by side. No comma, destruction and construction must go side by side. Full stop. No one should lament when an old order crumbles down, because that is normal and a part of life. No one should lament when an old order crumbles down, because that is normal and a part of life. In order that a video lecture should go on, both of us agreed on terms. You approached me and then I nodded to you with a positive assertion that yes, I'll be there with you side by side, and then only this process could happen. On this the passage is given. Now the entire passage I have read out twice each line. I will read out the complete passage once again. Now it is for you to see whether you have missed out anything in the process of listening to the dictation. Every age is marked by its conflicts and compromises, full stop. We live in a great age and have to pay a dear price for that, full stop. There has been always an urge for changing the old order and shifting to newer ones when a new age arrives, full stop. There is nothing stable and life is always on the flux, full stop. We can at most seek for a relative stability and a moving equilibrium, full stop. Relative stability within single quotes, moving equilibrium within single quotes. Life is a continuous struggle on moral, physical and intellectual planes, full stop. It is out of such struggle that new ideas emerge or new things shape themselves, full stop. The principle of life is growth. Just imagine if everything becomes static. The principle of life is growth, full stop. Just imagine if everything becomes static and constant, exclamatory mark. No comma, destruction and construction must go side by side, full stop. No one should lament when an old order crumbles down because that is normal and a part of life, full stop. আজকের জন্য আজকের পরিস্থিতির জন্য খুব প্রাসঙ্গিক একটা প্যাসেজ আমি তোমাদের দিলাম। ওয়ার্ড লিমিটটা লিখে নাও। 135 words. I tried it out at 120 but I couldn't make it because this is a long passage from which I have abridged it and then I have dictated to you. This shortened, I couldn't have shortened more than I could have done, I have done. So 135 words, that is the word limit, right? Approx, because in my counting it is 135. Maybe it could have been 136 or 134. Because many students now they will count and see whether Miss has taught it properly. And I want that should happen because you should not always blindly accept what your elders tell you. You should always try to see it with your practical sense, with your practical eye. Now, first of all, what will you do? You will jot down points. So as I have told you, I have given you the passage. So this is your home assignment for today. You will read the passage thrice. From your very first reading itself, you will sit down with a pencil and you will mark at the junctures where it will strike you, and you will continue reading. Then you will jot down the points. In your second reading, you will jot down the points. And in your third reading, you will again read the passage and then you will again go through the points that you have jotted down. Fine. Now it is done with you. Now you will start gridding it by rows 10 and columns 10, and you will do it. Fit each word in a box, and that will complete you with the rough draft of the Prezi writing. Then you will go with the final draft. Now before going to the final draft, take down the question as it comes in the H's. As it comes in the H's, take down the question. I have the question right with me, so I am going to dictate the instruction procedure of the question. Write a Prezi of the following paragraph. Write a Prezi of the following paragraph, full stop. Add a suitable title. Add a suitable title. I repeat the question. Write a Prezi of the following paragraph, full stop. Add a suitable title. The marks bifurcation is 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. As I have already told you that 2 for format and 8 for content. Now this very year 2014, this very year HS, I cannot discuss the question or I cannot read out the passage from this question because the answer scripts have not been still distributed to the examiners for evaluation, and so this won't be a right protocol to do that. That is why I have given a passage to you that is very similar and that is totally relative in perspective, in today's perspective. It has ended up with 135 words approx. So we will make a final draft or fair draft from the procedures, and you will add a suitable title. You will mention the number of words approximately, and if you have reached at the correct word. Now see, I had told you during the towards the middle of my lecture, if I don't fail my memory, the HS Council nowadays, if it thinks that the number of words will not be provided. In this particular question, the council had not mentioned the number of words to be kept in the limit of words in the fair draft. So what rule have you to follow? You have to go back to the rule that 1/3 of the original passage. Now 135 words approx will make 1/3 of the original passage, that is divided by 3, and whatever figure you get, you will have to write. Now there is always an advantage in in substance writing, that you are given you are rather given an option to go for a plus minus 5 words. That means suppose your précis is to end in 70 words, the final précis, you can end until and unless mentioned, if it is not here in this passage only, you can end it up at 65 or you can drag it to 75. But remember, not more than that, plus minus 5 words advantage. So students and my channel viewers who are also my students and learners, maybe I don't teach them in their schools, but they are equally my learners whom I get a privilege to teach through this video lecture. Read the passage thrice. On your first reading, you mark down underline the important areas. In your second reading, you jot down the points, and your third reading, you revise the jotting down. Then you make the rough draft or the grading or the format, and then you go to the final draft, which is the fair draft, and add a suitable title as it is there in the précis passage original. So thank you. I think I am satisfied with my teaching of précis writing, because there would not have been any other thing which I didn't tell you in this lecture. I have covered every nook and corner of the probable précis writing areas, and hope you have had a good video lecture show, and you will get benefit. You will be benefited from this lecture, and as usual, request from my end to all my learners and viewers of this YouTube channel, please like, share and subscribe, so that as I go to upload other video lectures, you will get notifications to it, and I shall continue with my lectures on screen. Thank you. Have a nice day and stay safe, stay healthy, maintain social distancing, and that's it. Bye bye.